In this tutorial, we are going to learn how the Dental Plan Group Comparison Report helps guide employers to decisions by letting them see side by side not just cost comparisons, but how coverage differs from plan to plan. Here we have our plan groups. We have our current Ameritas dental plan. We can see we've got that entered in. It's a 170/50. We've got our covered services underneath. We've got a premium share of 70/30, allowing us to show employer cost as well as employee cost of coverage as well. We have the renewal of the same plan design, assuming that same percent premium increase, really showing the impact to the employer, what the impact would be to their cost as well as the employees if they kept that plan and kept their current contribution strategy. Now we have our alternate plan design that we have built out, and we have some slightly different covered services in the alternate plan design. Let's go to the report and see how we're able to compare these side by side. So just like medical, we're going to come into our plan groups and report options and select reports. We're going to choose our plan group comparison, as this is the report we will be using to compare dental plan groups against each other. Just like medical, we have all of the plan groups selected. We can deactivate those we don't wish to include in the report. We also include page breaks, so if we have plan groups with more than 2 plan designs, we can separate a plan group on each page. Plan group percentage change will show the change in employer costs for each plan group compared to current. And by highlighting show plan differences, we'll be able to see with color coding which services are covered differently by different plan designs. Let's take a look at the report and get a better idea on how this comes together. I'm going to preview that report in a new window. Now we're able to drill in and get a side-by-side comparisons of current, renewal of the same plan with the same contribution, as well as the proposed alternative. We still have the plan group headers at the top that show the difference in employer cost, along with those decremental differences compared to current. As we get into our actual plan design overview, we start by showing the deductible for single and family, as well as the annual maximum benefit. Underneath, we're going to show the preventive, basic, and major service. Since current and renewal on the same plans, these will be identical. But notice on our alternate plan that basic at 90% is indicated in green, meaning that it is an increase in benefit to the employees compared to the current 70%. Now, when we get down into the covered categories of preventive, basic, major, and not covered, the key here is to simplify this conversation. We're not listing every possible covered service under each category. Rather, we're focusing on which plan designs cover things differently. So if we take a look at preventive, we don't list out every preventive service. We indicate that there are 4 services that are covered at preventive by all of the plans in the comparison. But when we get to our alternate plan, you'll notice that while they have the same 4 covered services, in addition to that, sealants and space maintainers are covered in preventive. Since they are currently covered under basic, the move to preventive service results in an indication of green, meaning that this is a better benefit for the employees that sealants and space maintainers are covered under preventive. As we look under basic, again, 5 services are offered by all plans. In addition to those 5 services, these services are covered under basic for the current and renewal plan. Now on the alternate, 5 services are all covered by the same plans, but stainless crowns, inlays, onlays, endo, and perio are in green because those are actually covered in basic compared to those services that are covered currently under major. So that's really the key of this comparison report, is understanding we're not trying to list every possible service, but rather focus in on what services are covered differently. Again, trying to simplify the decision-making process and get employers to that decision point quicker. Under major services, we'll see all of the plans have the same 5 covered major services, but in addition, the current and renewal have all of these services that are covered at major. Notice denture repair is in red. Since that is considered a major service, whereas in the Current plan design denture repair is basic. That's red, indicating that that is a lesser benefit for the employee. Under not covered, we have implants not covered under this plan design. So really following that theme of being careful of how much information, how much detail we put out in front of employers, we're really focusing on what not just our users told us, but what employers told us was important in that decision-making process. Not a list of every covered service, too much detail to go through. They want to be able to get right to the point of what is different in terms of coverage between these plans. Notice under orthodontia, we have only a $1,000 lifetime limit compared to current. We get down into the premium share structure, and we're still able to look at that financial impact, both to the employer, just as importantly, what the employee cost would look like under each of these plans. You'll notice underneath as well where the annual insurance premium shows up prior to any premium share, along with the rate guarantee, and that would have also trigger red and green, whether it was better or worse than current as well. And then we end up with the actual employer cost of each plan design in the group. Any dental notes that we might have for plan designs would be covered underneath each one of them. So in our dental plans, when we're adding notes, any talking points, those would be also included at the bottom of each one of these plan designs. So I think you'll find that employers respond well to being able to skip past a read-along of every covered service of every plan and really being able to focus visually on the differences compared to their current plans. Any questions, we welcome them. Please reach out to support@dynamiscorp.com. Thanks.